Alana Coleman here on behalf of Forest Hill Chase with Senior Assistant Coaches Justin Cicluna and Frank Salinitri. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lana.
Just fell short today, which was a little bit disappointing. However, it was a good, tight last quarter. A few wasted opportunities that probably let us down and was the ultimate result. But do you want to talk us through your thoughts on field today?
Yeah, definitely that last quarter, we definitely had our opportunities to come back and win the game. I think we kicked 3 goals, 8 in that last quarter, which is a little bit disappointing. So we definitely had enough footy down there and won enough of our own ball to win the game. So I guess that's a positive we take out of the last quarter especially, and hopefully we can take that into next week when the real stuff starts.
So, regardless of win or loss today, we still ended up finishing second on the ladder, which is a great result. So next week, be taking on Warrandyte and hopefully getting straight through there. So what are some things you're going to look at, Frank, as a side that we need to improve on between this week and next to take it right up to Warrandyte and hopefully beat them?
Yeah, good question. Look, overall, we'd probably have to improve our whole football style and our whole football game. I mean, look, we did have our opportunities today, and it is pretty disappointing, although it seemed to have been a dead rubber paper-wise. It really isn't, because you've got to have a little bit of momentum going into finals. Look, Brett had a chat with us inside, and look, he was quite positive and upbeat about the result today. Like Justin said before, 3 goals, 8 was pretty wasteful, and there was a patch in the second quarter where we just let it slip. Once again, I use that word complacent, but then again, I look at it and I think boys were trying. We have got a lot of injuries at the moment. Blokes that came in and were given an opportunity actually acquitted themselves quite well. So look, to be honest, we'll go back to drawing board on Tuesday and assess what we can do. But look, we are quite confident that we'll acquit ourselves quite well next week.
There are a few really good centre clearances for us today, particularly in that last quarter. I mean, that goal from, was it from TD?
Yeah,
yep. That was probably the standout passage of play for me. We don't do that consistently enough, but if we can do that, more consistently, next week, surely, Warrandyte are going to be a bit worried if we can get a few of those.
Look, that's probably one of Tommy's real strengths. Generally, his speed and able to, ability to extract away from a contest. Exactly what he proved he can do, and he came back into the side today, and I thought he was quite good. And I guess that's going to be a key for us. Warrandyte, quite similar to us in terms of body and strong over the footy, but I think we can really catch him out if we can get the ball onto the outside and utilise our speed with blokes like Rowie, Tommy, Pinners, these guys who aren't, slow. But I think that's going to be a big key for next week. And obviously, getting our hands on the footy at stoppages and first in, we're going to give ourselves a chance to dictate the terms of the game.
First time probably for the season, the back line looked a little shaky at times and looked like the ball come in really quickly and left them a bit exposed. Do you want to talk us a little bit through that?
Yeah, it probably was perceived that way, but the ball was coming in 100 mile an hour, and they really, it's up to our backs to get down and push down and help and so forth. I actually thought the back line were quite good today. I mean, Macca had his hands full with Jonesy, and Jonesy played a ripper game, but Brits was able to get across and chop off a few balls, and his form this week was a big turnaround from last week. So look, there's still positives there, but I actually thought the back line weren't too bad today, Alana.
Maybe it was the lack of midfield pressure making it come in a little too quickly then.
I think that might have been exactly the case there, spot on.
Just try not to get too stuck into the midfield. I tend to have a bit of a crack at them every week, so I was trying to forget that one. Obviously not so much so. So next week, what are you guys going to be focusing on? What's your main thoughts and moving into the first of finals week? Pressure?
I guess it's just really knuckling down on our structures and our setups. Making sure they're all ready to go. So when the pressure is on, we know that they're going to stand up. And obviously just fine tuning a couple of areas of our game plan that we think are going to be beneficial for us in the finals. So it'll just be really focusing on those key areas, in my opinion, and then from there, hopefully, we come into Saturday next week full steam and ready to go.
Warrandyte, they're really hard at the ball. Their defensive pressure all over the ground is probably the best in 4th Division at the moment. How are you going to combat that? How are you going to set up the forward line to beat them this time, because we haven't done it yet?
Yeah, good question. But we'd back our forwards. If we're just following instructions, once again, you don't really want to pinpoint a group. But if our mids seem to get on top we genuinely always win games. And that's not putting too much emphasis on the mids because we are a team of 22 that run out. But look, if everybody plays their role and does their job, I actually think, Warrandyte's in for a game, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Let's hope so. Any changes that you expect to happen between some players that were injured today and coming back in next week?
Yeah, a couple of blokes were rested today just purely because just bodies and older bodies and so forth. We've been a bit stiff. We lost our captain Ash Noldy for a week or two. Hopefully it's just a week or so. Fia Tutu might miss again next week. Roe Laws might be half a chance. Jared Hill's done a hamstring on Thursday night. I think it was Thursday night. So look, we just going to try and fill the best possible side that we can for the day. Two's had a ripping win again today, and hey, we'll look at the tape and see what stood up in that game as well. And yeah, we'll be looking at changes definitely, I would assume.
Excellent. Thanks for your time, guys. Hopefully next week. Best of luck, Justin, on the field. Best of luck, Frank, in the coach's box. And hopefully this season we can finally, after 31 years, be holding up a Premiership Cup.
Yeah, well, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Be great.
Thanks, Alana.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks guys.